Hi guys, welcome to my channel again. Today's cooking will take us to another West African country. This is Ghana dish we're making today. It is called Shito. How many of you know about it? And in case you don't know about it, we're going to just cook together and I hope you like it and you enjoy it and you recreate yours. Shito is eaten with some of the Ghanaian dishes called wache, wanke, and mainly kenke. I eat this a lot. I actually love it. And this is me eating my kenke with meshito I made. Kenke is it with all the sidelines like fresh chili pepper, fish, onions, but I don't really like raw onions, avocado. Your sidelines actually different kind of sideline. You can eat it your own way, the way you like it. I love kenke and I like shito as well. But most of the time when you buy your shito, it's not as good as this because of you will know later on. So ride on with me. Okay, guys, see the list of the ingredients for making your shito. We're actually making shito here, and yeah, I listed all the ingredients you need and the overall look of the ingredients. One of the reasons why I learned to make shito is I noticed when you go to buy kinki and you want to buy the shito, it's actually very expensive, and sometimes you have them it doesn't really taste as good, and some of them really make them taste really good. That's my ingredients. You use a lot of ginger, you use a lot of onions actually sweeten dishes irrespective of kinky order that try to use a lot of onions in your cooking. So here I am blending the ingredient together. You can see the number of onions and ginger I use, but sometimes there's another kind of method which you use another pepper. But let me focus on this one and just show you. It's actually really time consuming, and if you really want to make shito, I think you should make it in large quantity. That way it saves time. It doesn't get spoiled once you follow the procedure. And the procedure is just once you use a spoon inside shito, and probably maybe you're trying to taste it and you put it in your mouth, please don't put it back inside. If you put it back inside, then it is going to ruin it. That is the key main things you have to focus on. Apart from that, when you make your shito, just leave it in a glass jar. Make sure you have enough oil on top of it. Put it in a cool, dry place, and it can be there for 4 6 months, and it's fine. You will understand why some people call it everlasting stew, and you will understand as we go home with the cooking why it's so time consuming, and when you buy it outside why it's so expensive. Actually, the ingredient, one of two of the main key ingredients are quite expensive, and when you consider the time in making it, my dear, you just salute when you buy the shito, or you will learn how to make yours, and when you make yours you just guide it with all your heart. So I blended the whole ingredient together, pour it in the pot as you saw earlier on. Once it's poured in the pot, just boil. Leave it to boil, and it keeps boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling. And let me remind you, the actual time in cooking this shito will take you about minimum of, let's say, 3.5 to 4 hours, depending on the volume you're cooking. So I think about 4 hours. Don't let me scare you, because it has a procedure. I think that is one of the key reasons why it's called everlasting stew. 4 hours you have to. So if you plan to cook shito, just plan to do all the things alongside while you're doing your shito. On this very day, I was doing ironing. So you have to leave it to get boiled till the whole water dries up. The whole water must dry up. I'm trying to show you. It's been boiling for like a while, probably like 35 40 minutes. This is not where the actual job is. Make sure it's very dry, like there's no water in it. I'm just trying to show you. There's still a little bit of water, no water per se. So I'm just going to leave it a while again and let it continue cooking. Then now I'm put my Maggi cubes. I like using mixture of two flavors of Maggi cube, which is chicken and beef, as you can see. So I let it still keep boiling. So on the other hand, while it's boiling, I'm going to blend my dry fish. This is a dry fish. You have to blend it till very, very smooth. So I'm about blending my dry fish because this is one of the ingredients that we're going to be using. So blend it until it's well blended. So once it's blended, I'm going to pour it in the pepper that is steaming. So it's done. Pour it in. You see, that's it. Then I'm going to go ahead and blend the other part of the remaining. And this is crayfish. You can see the amount of crayfish I'm using. This is crayfish. So that is one of the reasons why shito is very expensive, dry fish. And I'm going to go ahead and blend the remaining dry fish as well. I'm going to pour it in. So stir the dry fish and the crayfish into the boiled pepper that as the water has almost vanished. They stir it together and I'm going to leave it again to still cook so that the water will be completely off. Dry it. So this is where the main job starts. The job is about to begin. So you're going to put your oil, sunflower oil or vegetable oil. The choice is yours. Pour in. You think like, this oil is too much. But my dear, it's not actually much. Oh. Just see, as we go on, the oil is just going to disappear very soon. So as even I think I use about 2 liters or 2.5 liters of oil in there. So that is it. While it's frying, just make sure it's on a medium heat level, not too high level and not too low, just medium, because this is where the job begins. Like I said earlier on, you will see. You see, it keeps going reducing. You can remember, just pay attention to the mark of where the point where the pepper is when it started initially boiling, and you will see as we go along how it's going to be reducing gradually. So this is it. You have to keep coming back to stir and stir and stir and stir. This is where the real job begins. So guys, stay tuned and watch with me as we go on. And one thing that you have to pay attention to again is the color keeps changing. You can see here it's a bit brown. And keep going further. I had to do a lot of skipping in order to save time. See, it's a bit brown, darker than the initial color. And as you watch and go along, you keep seeing the color keeps changing. It's a whole lot of time consuming stew. This is it here. So I come back at every interval, probably 1-2 minutes to stir, because if you don't, it's going to get burned. So you have to bear in mind, even if you're doing other things, you have to keep coming back to stir. And one of the reasons why I advise is on the medium mid level, or else it's going to get burned. Remember the what I said about keeping eye on where we started, the actual mark on the pot where where the pepper is. You can see it keeps reducing. Another thing is the color, it keeps changing. So if you have to fry very well, completely fry, so that the water will just be aired out, and the taste is different. So you have to deep fry. I think compare this to ayamashi. I think this is actually even longer than ayamashi. If you find someone that really cook ayamashi the right way, ayamashi is also another stew that is very time consuming. So guys, look at the shito. Remember the remember when we start frying, if you keep track of the color keeps changing. You can see it's getting darker and darker, and it keeps stirring. And I have to keep to fast forward because I like to keep my video within the reach of 10 to 15 minutes in order not to bore you. But you still have all the details there. All I've been doing after the oil is just by frying and keep stirring. So guys, do you notice that the color has changed here? So the color has changed. You're getting towards the end. So shito is beautiful. It tastes nice. Is Ghanaian stew, West Africa stew. I love it. I actually love trying food. I love experimenting with other culture food. I'm not a cultural, how will I say, um 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 barrier person. I like to eat out and I like to eat other countries' food. So when I love one thing about each country, then I have to learn how to cook it if I love it so much. Another food I'm going to share with you very soon is Ethiopian dish. That is one dish I actually love. So this is how I make my shito. Give it a try and see how it goes. You can see the mark of when we started and how where it is now. So shito, it's from West Africa, Ghana to be precise, eaten with food like kenke, alongside with wache, with other stew and other sideline. Hope you like the video. Please do remember to thumbs, like buttons, share with friends and family, and remember to, notification button and subscribes. Thank you for watching, guys. Thanks for your support. I really, really, really do appreciate it. See you again pretty soon and leave a nice comment. Ciao, ciao. Bye bye. Have a good week. I love you all. Thank you.